If you want to min-max, we need these characters. Only issue is, I'm broke. How do we do this? Let Jesus take the wheel. Let's just go in, and we'll do 10 pulls. These characters we can spark here. However, I don't have a lot. So we'll do a 10 pull on each. And see if we get lucky. And depending on which characters we get, I mean, we get them, right? So first 10 pull, we get nothing. Alright, that's fine. Let's go to this banner. Let's do a quick little 10-y here. You get anything? Woo! What the frick? What do we get?
용무가 있다면 조금 있다 오시죠. 칼날을 정돈하는 시간을 방해받고 싶진 않으니.
Well, I guess we're lucky. I guess we play Ishmael. Tell me I'm good without telling me I'm good. Alright, well, I mean... do I feel... Hold up. I mean, I got one more 10 pull. Am I lucky? I mean, we'll jam it in, but... No, I'm not. Jesus, so many of these. Okay, well, that was that. I mean, I guess I've got Don Quixote, sure. Alright. So our luck isn't that crazy, but it's good enough. Alright, that was 30 pulls. Let's just juice them up, I guess. So we decide that we want to be able to maximize the 120% currency bonus while doing this little test of ours to figure out whether Wild Heathcliff is better because he's like a really strong unit, or whether or not using the bleed variant Kurokomo is better in tandem with Ishmael. So we start the team with Wild Heathcliff, Ishmael, Ryoshu, Don Quixote, and we also have Rodion, and we tailor it off with good old Hong Lu. Now, we've put everybody in the backup, and this is kind of what happens. You'll find out really quickly that this will bite us in the butt a little bit because we are going to explode Ishmael not too shortly as we jump into the battle. So we decide to keep everything as fair as possible. We decide to take the least amount of balls. So whenever we enter into an option where it gives us the chance to get an ego like this, we take it full on. But however, by going through this route, we get 2 chances for egos with choices. But right after these 2 choices, it leads us to proceed into an abnormality battle, a big boss battle. What ends up happening is that I didn't realize it, but for whatever the reason, on the final turn, even though Ishmael is not staggered and my Honglu is staggered, I beat the boss on the last turn. As you can see, this is the final turn, and for some reason, Ishmael explodes and she's dead. Because she died at the end of the battle, I have no chance to restart the fight, so I'm screwed. Fast forward, we get to the final checkpoint. We're able to, get a decent shot. We're able to switch out Rodion's skill 1 for a skill 3. We try to revive Ishmael, but it's giving me the option to revive. So I'm just kind of stuck here because I go here into the next shop, and I'm trying to see if I can find a revive for Ishmael because I'm down a character. I'm trying to no avail. So the next best thing I got is just enhance my gifts. That's all I got. So with 200 cost in my bank, I just upgrade the rusted knife as much as I can, and then we go into the run. Now, what you're gonna realize is I thought I was going to be okay, because even though I'm down a character, I'm still using a level 50 Mersault. A Sank Associate level 50 Mersault, so I think I'm okay. Like, even though I don't have a full bleed team, I should be fine. At this point, I think I'm maybe like 20, like 15-20 minutes deep into this like run so far. The beginning stages weren't that hard, while Heathcliff cleaves like a madman. But the problem is after 2 turns fighting this guy, he goes into a AoE desperation skill which hits everybody, and the issue is that unless I do 250 damage to his shield, he's gonna hit me really freaking hard. The problem is that, number one, my units aren't max level, so they can't hit for tons of damage. So I try over and over and over and over and over again, trying to figure out how the heck to beat this boss, okay? I always try to get to the point where I'm trying to do different strategies. I'm trying to use my Mersault to debuff the guy. I'm trying to damage the guy with all my egos as much as I can. I am trying everything, like everything, and nothing was working. I want to say an hour in. This run took an hour at least before I finally figured out, not even figured out, when I finally got lucky and got to the point where I was able to skip the dude's desperation phase by actually doing enough damage to just break through and stagger him, and then after that, getting through that phase, the rest was easy. Oh my god, so much simpler. Getting to the second phase was so much easier, and after that, you know, Bob's your uncle. This took 1 hour and 15 minutes to do. I didn't think this was normal because an hour and 15 minutes is typically how long I would spend on a hard mode mirror dungeon run. This was insane. Anyways, needless to say, maybe Kurukomo Heathcliff would be better. So let's run this back and see just how much faster it is. We decide to go with, this time, Kurukomo Heathcliff. He's not exactly level 50 like Wild Hunt Heathcliff. He's level 39, so he's like level 40, okay? I'll spare you the boring details. It takes us just a little under 8 minutes to get to the boss here. After we finish the shop and upgrading a few ego gifts, we don't have enough to do anything. So we get to the shop here, we're not able to replace any skills, and here you have an ego gift. And remember, 8 minutes, okay? 8 minutes was basically the amount of time it took from us from the beginning to here. This battle is going to take less than 8 minutes. Let me show you right now. So what I realized was that the most important thing, specifically in this story mode, is being able to apply as many stacks of bleed as possible. Because when you do get to his desperation phase, I believe it's after 2 or 3 turns that he triggers it, or when you hit him at a certain threshold, I don't know. But once you technically get him low enough, you need to have enough bleed stacks built up with potency and count to be able to essentially chunk him out with bleed damage so you can cut through the shield like butter. This battle felt like I was doing okay, you know, that was turn 1. I'm able to click win rate, and for the most part, win rate is able to carry me through for like the bulk of the battle. I might need to do a little adjusting here and there just to make sure that everybody is clashing properly, but for the most part, we get the damage down. So by the end of turn 2, we had already done so much damage that we just staggered him so that the guy didn't have a chance to use his AoE trigger the shield BS. And as you can tell, even with Wild Heathcliff, the moment you get him into the stagger phase and skip that crazy AoE skill, you're in the good. Needless to say, we finished the battle in style, and take a wild guess how long it took. Take a wild guess how long it took. The battle itself took shorter than how it took together. So it took like about like 8 minutes, under 8 minutes to get to this boss. It took 5 minutes to beat the boss for a grand total of like 13 minutes. Needless to say, yeah. Specifically for this banner, this event, bleed is strong, pretty much required. Kurokomo Heathcliff is miles better than Wild Heathcliff specifically in this dungeon. But I am curious though, what happens if we take it into Mirror Dungeon? Is bleed better or is sinking better? Anyways, we will try that next time. But regardless, guys, we're gonna call it a video. Yeah, bleed miles better in this banner, not even close. 13 minutes to an hour 15, yeah, no, not even a shot. At least definitively we can say that Bleed Heathcliff is better than Wild Heathcliff specifically in this banner. If you guys enjoy this type of video, please let me know. We have a Discord community where we talk about all things Limbus, links in the description down below, so make sure to join that. Anyways, John Pano signing off. See you guys later. Bye-bye for now.